Hello, and thank you for joining us once again for another fun-filled episode of Karmic Woof. Woof
Oh,
woof. Ooh, because I named it properly this time. We're cooking with gas. Let's do it.
yeah, we are.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Jason, how are you?
I'm good. It's crazy, but I'm good. So how are you?
It is a little
It's all
crazy.
craziness. Yeah.
Um,
But I'm managing, so we're good.
okay, so two things right off the bat. One, yesterday it was 55 degrees here in the lovely land of Lincoln.
It's actually pretty good.
Today it is 24. It snowed overnight.
Ew.
Yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
weather gods are really unhappy.
That
Like
sounds like it. Yeah.
like Bunku had to get involved last night.
Oh, was he yelling at
No, he wasn't yelling
the
at them.
weather?
He
Oh,
was recognizing that they are really upset because people keep messing with their domain.
or with this. We keep poisoning their stuff
Yeah.
with our humanness.
All right, so
Well,
that's
our
one. So
arrogance. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
what the heck is going on there?
Yeah.
And two, this week, um, Banku had a post on Facebook that was it was addressed by somebody that wasn't uh they were just in their habits and they said what they said. So what? Um I have had somebody come into my DMs and ask me why I would talk like that. Because and I will say from my own habits and my own personal issues, we all have them, whatever. Um my first thing every day, all day, is Banku,
I
to
know that.
protect him, to take care of him, to be there for whatever it is that he needs. So if somebody says something negatively towards him, I'm going to say something. And I called that person an entitled magpie. It is what it is. But somebody slid in my DMs and was like, why would you talk like that? You're supposed to be this, upstanding person that doesn't have habits and doesn't say that. Well, that's not true. I'm still human. But if you want to have a conversation about it, please come and talk to me. Like I will not turn you away. I will talk to you and I will explain why I said what I said. If you call Banku out in public and you say something negative, I will absolutely, if I see that, I will say something. That's just it's uncalled for. It's not necessary. If you don't like what he said, keep scrolling.
Yeah. You don't have to be there.
Right?
No one's
Just
forcing you to read this.
right. Yeah, exactly. So habits are habits, but my habit is to always take care of him first. So just so we're all clear,
Now,
always happen.
from my perspective of that, I am aware of what you wrote, and I'm aware of what they said. What they said was very rude, actually. I
Yeah,
shouldn't. It was pretty rude. And
it
then,
was.
but nonetheless, what you did say, I thought was very. I thought it was quite tame as far as what you would normally say. So you've
I'm
improved.
working on it. I really am. I'm working on it because I don't want to come across harshly. I
Right.
want people to recognize that they can come and talk to me, they can ask me questions, and I'm not gonna, beat them down and call them all sorts of names and unless they deserve it. I
But
mean,
I thought it was rather nice, actually. You didn't. I mean, yeah, you said entitled magpie, but it is. It's called spade a spade, right? It's entitlement.
I,
I mean, we're talking about the person's links are in the Hunger Ghost realm, so it's entitlement, plain and simple.
and
But
that's
so yeah, you called it out.
and and that's it. So, uh, speaking of links and speaking of habits and all of our karma working together,
Mhm. Yeah,
today we are going to talk about food.
food, growing food, saving the world. That's and part of saving the world is growing food.
Absolutely. Not just growing it, but
Yes.
knowing what's good for you. knowing what's good for others, because it's not just about saving one person, it's about saving the world, right?
Yes.
Um, Somebody asked me what I said, they asked me what I did for Christmas. I'm like, the same thing that I do every day, Pinky. um, uh, it's about, it's not about just saving one person. It's about saving the
No.
world, right? And
Right.
that means many people that have to work together for a common cause. But if
Hmm.
people can't see the common cause, it gets a little difficult, right? Because everybody's lemmings and they're all just running in the
Doing
Wah!
their own thing on their own separate whatever, and no one, there's no cohesiveness in the energy.
Right. But
Right.
when you go outside, let's say you live in China and you have to wear a mask because the smog is so bad you can't breathe, you can't function. Oh, okay, that's pretty rough. Like that's we live in America where that doesn't happen. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, okay, in some states it's pretty bad.
Right.
um,
Well, yeah.
but I can walk outside right now. I would freeze my tuchus off, but nevertheless, it's okay
You can
because it's
breathe.
December,
Right.
but I can breathe.
Right.
Now, we have issues with the weather right now because yesterday it was 55 and today it's 24. We had snow overnight. Like that's not normal. And that certainly is not okay. But we also recognize that there was human manipulation to the weather.
Yes.
And the government says, nope, we don't do that. But there
They
are
do.
companies that do. So there are companies that will fly over, let's say, Utah, and they will produce more snow. They will make it
Yes.
snow more so that the areas that have skiing can have an abundance of skiers.
Hmm.
Now, what they're doing here in Illinois, I don't know. I seriously that doesn't make any sense. But apparently, this has been going on since before 1976
Hmm.
because they crafted laws in 1976 that says we can't do that.
So we have to go violate the law because there's a law and do
Right?
it
But
anyway.
but
Right.
it's not the government doing it, it's private companies.
Right.
So that's okay.
Yeah. Government's not doing it to you. They just hire the private companies to do it to you, and then they're indirectly not responsible.
Right. And then they say, nope, it's not our fault.
Not our fault.
We didn't do it.
Right.
Um, so when I'm looking at things like this, big, huge ideas, weather that affects uh Katrina affected the entire world when that hurricane hit. It wasn't just Louisiana that was hit. It was, it was along the coast, but it was Louisiana that took the brunt of it. The whole world recognized their suffering.
Yeah.
I mean, that was hard. The documentaries that came out of that later were devastating. It was hard not to cry watching them.
Yeah.
People lost everything, including their lives.
Yep.
Um, but when we look at something as big as food, it is not something that we as humans can go without.
No, we need that.
Just like we need water, just like we need sunlight,
Yeah.
just like, I
And
mean, we need
air.
a
Yeah.
lot of things, right?
Right.
So, but the basics, like when you look at Maslow's pyramid,
Pyramid. Yeah. Yep.
that's the bottom. Breathing, food,
Breathing.
water, sex, sleep, homeostasis, excretion,
Bottom rung. Yeah.
right? Like if we don't have those things, we can't survive.
Yeah.
Never
And you're not.
thriving.
Yeah. And then on that, if you don't have one of the things on the bottom rung, you're not going to get to the second rung in that hierarchy of things.
Yes. Yes.
So you're stuck there on the bottom and you're not getting your way out. So we take away your food, you don't have all the other stuff on top of it ever.
People that that have a mindset that no matter what, they will be okay are much better off than people that are afraid and constantly looking for those things on the bottom rung.
Yeah, it's true.
If they can't breathe, if they're struggling with air, but they've got $1 billion, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. The $1 billion does not matter if they can't breathe.
No. Or eat.
Right? Or have shelter, you know,
Yeah.
like those things. Even if that shelter is to sleep in a tree, it's still
Yeah.
shelter. It's still something.
Mm.
It's a place that you can say, okay, I'm going to sit here for a little while. Doesn't matter for how long. And then I can keep going after I've rested.
Mm.
Um, Food is such a huge part of everyone's daily life. And it's something that's easily fixed. And when I say fixed, I mean people struggle constantly because they eat too much. They don't eat enough. They don't eat the right things. The food is poisoned. FFS. I
It's very
mean,
yeah. It's all poisons.
yeah,
And not only that, they stripped up most of the nutrients out of it. So
absolutely.
even if you can eat, you do eat, you're not getting the nutrients your body needs to survive. You're just getting garbage.
So back in the 1960s, 1950s, 1900s,
Mm.
anywhere in the 1900s, people did not need a protein shake in order to get the a right amount of protein that they needed.
They didn't even have that.
We didn't have cereal until the 1960s,
Sounds about right.
1950s. I have to
Thinking
look
about
that up.
cornflakes.
If
I don't know.
somebody knows, let me know. That'd be
There's a
great.
guy, yeah, there was a cornflake guy, but he also did psychiatry or something like that. Kellogg, that was his name. Dr. Kellogg.
He is in everything. He's got his fingers and
Yeah,
everything.
he was into like messing with your brain and doing experiments and stuff. Yeah, he was
Let's see
electroshock
what
therapy.
happens. Let's
And
see
he
what
invented
happens.
cornflakes.
Dump a whole bunch of sugar on them at 8 a.m. and yeah,
Yeah. Well, let's see
uh,
what this does to your brain. Huh?
right.
Yeah.
So people have food security or food insecurity.
Yeah.
Um, I know growing up, I didn't grow up in a household that always had an abundance of food on the shelf. Couldn't just walk into the pantry and find food and make that. It was week to week, depending on what we had. We always ate. I'm not saying we didn't, but sometimes that was, eggs and bacon for a week. It wasn't until I was closer to a teenager that that leveled out, and I moved in with different parent, and then it all became smoother. But the idea that I didn't recognize one of my habits is to go buy a whole bunch of food, like a whole bunch of food. The house is stocked, and then eat it as quickly as possible because,
You might not get any.
yep,
Yep.
it might not be there next week.
Yep.
So when I recognized that, I was like, "Oh, that's stupid." I like, I don't need all this food right now.
Yep.
Can I cook it and then put it in the freezer? Absolutely. And that was one of the ways that I started to feel better about not having the food, like being addressing that insecurity.
Right.
TA is monumental for all habits, but specifically for the things that I didn't recognize right away, and then boom, they were a big deal. Um, when when my dad and my mom would have dinner, it was a full on dinner. My mom always cooked. If we had takeout, that was a treat. Like it wasn't a normal thing. You know what I mean? So when I look at people that like when I was an adult, I worked so much that I never cooked because I was never home. So, working 12-hour days, I would work this and then I'd go over here and do this and I was never home. So I I thought about that and what what would go through my head. I never had food insecurity. Never. Because there's always another place on the corner. There's always some place open. I could just go get food somewhere.
Right.
But when you make it yourself, suddenly it feels like, well, what if I do it wrong? Well, what happens if it goes bad? Or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
What if I poison myself? Which is
right,
I've
I
done,
did.
which
I
I've
did
done.
that with
Yeah.
salmon once. Yeah, it was pretty bad.
I did that with tuna.
It's
Yeah.
always fish.
Fish. It's always fish.
I don't even eat fish anymore because of Fukushima,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We need radiation fish.
right? Because I
Yeah,
I need more poison in my life, thanks.
yeah.
Um, but when when I when I talk to my friends and I ask them what they think about topics like food, they have the same concerns, just in a different light.
Uh,
Like what happens if I lose my job and I can't
board food.
yeah, like what do I do then? Okay, well, you could fix it. You could fit at least part of that by growing some of your own food. Well, that takes a lot of time that I don't have because I'm constantly at work. Okay, well, what if you don't have to be at work and your job would be addressing these issues?
Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of
you
a
could actually
no-brainer,
also,
right?
and you could get paid doing it.
Yeah,
Like you don't have to work there. You can grow food and get paid for growing food. Like not,
absolutely.
and people are like, well, I don't want to pick at a, fruit off an orchard tree. Those people don't get make anything. We're not talking about that.
Well,
We're
I
talking
mean,
about
maybe.
actually,
I mean, you
we're talking
could.
about, yeah, but your needs will be met.
Absolutely.
It's not like you're going to get paid below minimum wage under the table and then you're going to survive on nothing. No, you're going to
How
get your
much,
no,
how much would you need to make a year if your housing was taken care of, your your heat, your electricity, your transportation, all of your needs were being met, your water, all of it was
all of it.
already
Yeah,
taken care of. So what would you need to spend money on? Clothes? Sure,
sure.
absolutely. Uh Doodads for your house. People like doodads in their house, knickknacks
Yeah,
and stuff.
big
Okay,
necks and all stuff. Yeah,
right? Okay, all right, cool. How much could you possibly fill your house with? Like, you're busy, not just helping yourself, but helping your entire community. To me, that sounds way better than going to a job that sucks the life out of me and then coming home and sitting in front of a TV blankly staring at nothing because there's nothing on.
and going to bed and repeating it the next day. Yeah,
Yeah, that doesn't sound like living. It doesn't sound like
well,
thriving.
that's surviving barely.
Barely.
It's like there's no fun in that. That's what we're doing, and we're calling that life. That's a
Yeah,
good life right there. That's the
and then
American dream. That's
and
not my
then
American dream. I'm sorry.
right. That is definitely not my dream. Mm-mm. Um, but I did buy into that.
I did too. Yeah.
I did. I thought that was the way to go. You make money, you save money, you put it away for a rainy day, and then rain comes, and you're like, no, I can't touch the money because this isn't really an emergency. Rain isn't really that big of a deal. Okay, well, now we have amassed this money and we haven't done anything with it.
Mhm.
My philosophy my entire life has been it will come. If I need it, it will come. I know how to make it. I know what to do. This is how we're going to do. And then a pandemic happened globally, and I could no longer do what I had done. And then everything shifted.
Mm.
And now I'm like, okay, well, what can I do that will not only help me, like pay my bills, but also help everyone else? This is it. Hands down, talking about these things, making it known, addressing these issues in whatever it is that I do. If I make freaking jewelry, that jewelry is going to be a talisman to make people feel better so that they can have a better life.
Hmm.
Um, the insecurity I think that people have around food is such a big one because we have been programmed for the last 50 years at least to have that insecurity. So some people have the opposite. They're like, it's too much food. Food is everywhere. I don't want to think about food. Okay, well, you need it to nourish your body. Well, I don't want it.
Then you won't be here long.
Okay. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's a way for habits to take over and uh allow someone to be in control.
Hmm.
But they're still not in control because they're still eating poisoned food.
Yeah, and that's what we have now is everyone else is in like the top people out there, we'll call them the elite. They're in control. They're the ones putting all the garbage in the food and regulating all the laws to put the garbage in the food, and you can't do anything about it. And if you try to grow food, they'll try to like force you to like stop growing food or take our garbage and put it in your food or else. So there are better ways even of getting around that. That and so it's you can't really avoid the garbage anymore unless you do it yourself. And we're not talking like grow a farm and sell your food because they'll stop you there too. We're talking about growing your own food so that you can survive on your own food. And everyone can do that. It's just they don't see path in their own personal life on how to do that. Well, I don't know how to grow food. I've never gardened in my life. I'll screw it up and I don't know what I'm doing. And it takes a long time to learn and then I'll make mistakes and I don't have the time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the money. I got to get all these supplies. I don't even know how to use it. So it's like they just go, it's too much work. I'll just let someone else grow food for me. I'll eat the food that's given to me, and then I'll just kind of surrender to whatever's out there because I have no other choice. So if I have to eat poison, I have to eat poison. That's just the way it is. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Not at all. It does not have to be that way. There, I
And
mean, and
it's fun.
we're not talking about things that don't have a path to success. Like it is possible to create a community. I'm not talking about a commune. I'm talking about a community.
Yeah,
Uh,
like a city, a small city
right?
or
Where
town or
people
something like that.
actually support each other, help each other.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about sister wives here. I'm talking about neighbors. You live in your house and I live in my house, and we come outside and we have some coffee and we say, "Hey, neighbor, how you doing?
Let's grow a garden together.
Let's
Yeah.
go garden together." Or, "Hey, did you see what's happening in the labs over there?"
Yeah.
Or, "Do you know anything about transportation? I was wondering if I could learn about that." Sure, there's an opening in transportation where you can learn about trains and trams and running vehicles and spaceships and all the things.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, really? Okay, I'm in. It's that easy. It
Hmm.
does not have to be hard, and everyone makes it hard. Well, it doesn't fit into my view. Okay, well, I promise you it does. It does. Like there's something for everybody. There's places for children, there's places for adults, there's places for elderly people, there's places for dogs and cats and whatever. But
And
there's
everyone has a
also
use. Yeah. Everyone has a use to help each other. It's a
and
symbiotic relationship.
they get to learn.
Yeah.
It's not just about one person knowing everything and doing it all themselves. It's about people working together to make clean water,
Mhm.
learning how to filter, learning the science behind it, learning how to produce it. Like, how cool is that? What kind of minerals we need inside of our bodies specifically from water. Like, how that's so cool. But food is never questioned. It's never an option. It's always there. Why? Because somebody is working in the gardens. Being able to
Yep.
use biodomes so that the poisoned air doesn't get to it. Using soil that's specifically set for
Yeah,
plants
living
to
living soil.
grow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Care Bear. There will be potatoes. Indeed. Uh,
You will be happy.
M is ridiculously happy about the food situation. Uh, for whatever reason, he thinks that pizza grows on trees or plants out of the ground. I'm not sure.
Pizza
No,
grows on trees.
we have to put it together. And he just stares at me like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There's
I need
there's
a
a
pizza tree
pizza
in my life, like now.
pizza tree.
I'm gonna get that one next. I need a pizza tree. Like, I don't know how to help you with that, buddy.
Well, so that opens up a whole realm of things that we can learn then. Then we
Oh
can learn
yeah.
how to grow peppers and tomatoes and wheat and uh, well, I mean, we can't grow a cow, but you know, we
We
can
can
go
grow
to a
fish.
farm and look at somebody else's cow,
Uh,
recognize where the cheese comes from. All these things are possible, not
yeah.
just for kids, but for adults, Like,
Mhm.
so yeah, I mean, pizza doesn't grow on trees, but it does grow,
All the stuff does, yes. I mean, you can make your own bread too. I mean, I make sourdough. It's not that hard,
right?
and it's good. It works.
I just saw a recipe for bagels,
Oh, nice.
and again, I was very excited about this. Um, Being able to do something new without being afraid that you're gonna mess it up or you're
So, yeah.
gonna uh, that it's gonna go bad, or I watch people that can. And sometimes if you're not paying attention, or if the thing isn't the water bath isn't perfect, or the suctiony thing doesn't suction right or whatever, you can open it up and it can be totally bad inside. It happens. Okay, that can
Yeah.
also happen when you go to the store and you get canned food. You got to look. You can't just,
Yeah. Sometimes I've opened things that were bad in canned food.
yep.
Yep.
One
And they
day,
explode too. Sometimes they explode in your pantry. And
I'm
it's like, how did this happen? And you got to repaint the whole thing. It's like, it's an issue. I've had soup, like I think it was tomato soup, just explode all over everything. And it's like, how? Was there a vacuum in here? I don't know about. Was there a portal from to, Planet 64? I don't know. Something happened and it blew up my tomato soup and got it everywhere. And now the walls filled with tomato paste and it's like how does this happen?
that can't be good,
Yeah. So,
but
there
it smells pretty good.
smells pretty good, but then it attracts mice and all this other stuff. And
Oh, that's not good.
yeah, you got to get rid of them then. And it's like it's just a mess. So
Uh,
yeah, even canned food can have problems.
Absolutely. Sometimes people have an aversion to uh, doing new things, just in general. So
Well, I used to have
introducing
that. Yeah.
something like a city where people work together for a common good, it's too much. Okay, but you've worked for Habitat for Humanity. Same. People come together for a common goal. They produce a
Build
thing and then they move on,
build a thing. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You get on an airplane and everybody is going to the same destination. Now, are they all going on vacation? No. Are they all going for, fun in the sun? No, not necessarily, but they are all going in the same direction for the same thing, to get on
Mhm.
the plane, to get off the plane, to go about their business.
Safely.
Yes, safely,
Preferably.
preferably. Um, so when people say, but I've never done that before. Okay, well,
Right.
no time like the present.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because even with filming this, I've never did a podcast, but like I've been on a podcast. I never did all the stuff behind the scenes of a podcast. So it's like because I used to be one of those people. Oh, if this is new, I want nothing to do with it. I like what I do, and I have my little box. And if I stay in my little box, then I'm safe. And I don't need to go outside my box. That's unsafe because that's unknown. And I like what's known. I like what's predictable. I like, I'm a typical metal person. So, but now I'm like of the attitude is I want to do new things. I want to try new things. I'm curious. So that getting out of my habits created these new habits. So even with this thing we're doing now, no idea what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. It's not going to
Right?
be perfect, and I'm
And you're
learning as I go.
you're doing an awesome job.
Yeah, it's working. Thank you. But each time I do a thing, there's an obstacle. I overcome the obstacle. I learn something. Oh, okay. I like it this way. I don't like it this way. Well, this doesn't work. This does. And then I'm learning my way around this. And now I feel really good about doing this. So this week, I probably cut probably a good 6 hours off the editing process compared to the previous week before because now I know what works, what doesn't, what I like, what I don't, and all this other stuff. And each time you do it, you learn new things, you grow and you become better. And now
Yeah.
I'm taking what I've learned here in doing this podcast and I'm applying it over into my own music. So now, because this week I'm trying to make long, like lengthy songs, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, so that you could sleep a whole night and listen to the music instead of a 3 minute thing. People were requesting this. So I'm like, okay, well that's easy. I can do that like sound wise, but when you're making videos, you got to put video on there too. And so I have all the
Oh,
tools to make short videos, like 8 second long, but after 2 hours of 8 seconds, 8 seconds, you're there for 240 times or more than that. Uh, that's for 30 seconds. But so now I figured out how to do that, and I was able to do it within. I can make a whole song, and it comes out to my satisfaction within about 2 to 3 hours. And that was only because I did this. And I took all of the skills I
so
learned in doing
awesome.
this and put it over there. And now I can use that in my business to make money because I learned a new skill. So not only am I doing this, now I'm able to do that and I get to help people at the same time.
I
And that's
love it.
great.
I
Yeah.
love it. Uh, recognizing that uh, when uh, when you put a frequency into water, it does something.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's good, bad, not indifferent, whatever, it does something.
Yeah.
We are 70% water.
Yes.
If we are constantly inundated with frequencies that are dissonant to what it is that we're supposed to be, if that frequency causes abnormal cells to grow or uh, you know mind dissonance or makes our bones ache or something.
Yeah. They just have to make, I'll call it out of tune.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're constantly walking around in pain,
Mm.
in a fog, can't focus. If all of that goes away and we're just left with our own noise, what would happen? Most likely, out of habit, we would perpetuate it. When we talk about TA directly breaks that it
Yes.
breaks that habit so that that noise that happens on a constant basis is good so that you control it. So you make sure that what it is that you're listening to and allowing in your body is good for you.
Mhm.
But If you're not, I mean, if you're not controlling your mind, who is, right? Banku always says that. That is the number one tenet of Bon. Tame your own
Control
mind.
your own mind. Yep.
That's it.
That's it.
So when I look at these issues that people have, that I've had, that uh, anybody that I look like M, when he's bored, he eats. But if he's focused on something, like if we're focused on a project, he doesn't even notice food. He doesn't even notice hunger. He will, if he gets hungry, all of a sudden he'll be like, "Oh, mom, I'm hungry." Okay, what would you like? Uh, this. We have that, and then he's done. He doesn't come back for seconds and fifths, and he eats his bowl of food and he's done. But he has to be focused on something. Otherwise, it's that constant noise in the background. I need food. I'm bored. I don't know what to do with myself, and I need security, so I'm going to eat.
Yeah.
Um, there are some people that are addicted to sugar,
Yes.
and that's the only thing that they want all day, every day. Okay, well, sugar breaks down into not so great things in the body. And if you don't regulate that, that can be a problem. If you
Yeah.
do regulate it, good for you.
Right.
The same goes for anything else that we put in our mouth. It also has the same effect as what we say. It's just
Mhm.
as important what we put out as what we take in. If we're
Yeah.
constantly around negative people that can't see any light,
At all. Ever.
right?
I
That's
know
just
people like
as
that.
that's just as bad as being around people that are only love and light. Oh no, I can't be
Oh no.
negativity. No, 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 you can't say that. That's negative. That's reality.
Right. Well, you have to pay attention to the negative to avoid the negative or to fix it. It's like if you're like, oh, I'm standing in the middle of the road and a truck's coming, well, that's negative. So if I get out of the way, then that's fine. And I'm good. And it's not no negative anymore. But if you just say, I'm going to stand here in the middle of the road and I'm loving light and this is going to go through me, I'm just going to stand here and it hits you and that's you could have avoided that.
Yes, absolutely.
But you had to pay attention to it first.
Recognizing that uh, not everything that is said in a negative light is negative.
Is negative, yeah.
And that's sometimes that's a hard one for people to understand.
Hmm.
Uh, we've talked about what it's like to listen to Banku, and sometimes it's hard because he will slap you in the face with reality every single time,
Yep.
especially if you're not listening, especially if you're not moving forward. If
And your habits, yes. And he
right,
notices that. Yeah.
and you're digging in, and you nope, this is
Nope.
can't do it this
I'm
way.
nope.
I don't want to hear about how negative it is. Okay, well,
Mhm.
that's reality. Like that is the world that we live in. So, what are we going to do about it? Where's the hope? The hope is in us.
Yeah, we can fix it. We can get out of the way of the truck
It's
before the
not
truck hits
just
us.
exactly. And there's no reason why we can't.
Right. I think collectively we can, but a lot of these problems is going to take a combined solution.
All of these,
Yeah.
all
I
of
mean,
these
we
solutions. There's no way that one person can do one thing and change the I don't want to say change the course of history because that's not true. One person
right.
can change the course of history, but
They get
it's
help
not, they do. And so how they do that is by getting support.
for it. Yeah, because Monku always says, and this always rings true for me. I always this is always in the back of my mind. You cannot be successful in life unless other people want you to be successful. If no one wants you to be successful, you will not be successful. If other people do, you will. And I have found that to be true in pretty much everything I do because most of the things that we do in life, we think that we've done, we have help. We have seen help and unseen help.
Yes.
Most people don't know about the unseen help, but we have a retinue and we have unseen help, and it happens. But also there are other people behind the scenes. Someone may have encouraged you the day before. Maybe you heard something. Maybe someone did a podcast like this and said something, and you said, "Oh, that's a great idea. I think I'll do that." And it changed your idea about what a problem that maybe you had in what you're doing, and then and then you went and fixed that, and you're like, "Oh, yes, I fixed this." It's like, yes, you did, but you had help because other people wanted. They did this over here to help you do this over here because they wanted you to succeed. We want everyone watching this to succeed, and therefore people will succeed the more they watch this because we are invested in that. That is why
And
we're doing this, not for
and
us.
we're also and well, yes, it is for us.
Well, it's for us,
I'm so
yes. I
sorry,
mean, it
but
is
I
for
don't
us.
want to starve to death.
No, I don't.
I
Yeah,
don't
I don't
I
either.
don't
Yeah,
need to get hit by a truck so other people can feel good.
no, exactly.
I
So
think that the
yeah,
more
we're helping
people,
everyone.
yeah, exactly. I think the more that people understand that we are all in this together. This is not a us versus them situation. This is just an us situation. If
Yeah,
some people want to do bad things to other people, well, okay, then they can go over
go
there and
go
do it
over
to each
there,
other,
and yeah, we don't need you here.
right?
Yeah,
This people, this group of people over here doesn't need to even be involved in any of that.
mm,
It doesn't need to happen. So recognizing who will support you, recognizing who wants to see you succeed, recognizing that sometimes the people around you are the ones that are holding you back more than anything else.
yeah, because they a lot of them don't want you to succeed because it for various reasons it'll hurt them or they'll lose you or something about them will be lacking if you succeed, and so they'll make it a thing, maybe subconsciously, that to trip you up so that you're stuck with them. So that's a thing.
It
If
is.
you're surrounded, and if you surround yourself with only those people, you're not going to succeed.
No. Um, I once knew someone. I was pretty close to her actually,
Mm,
um, for about 4 years. Uh, she was somebody that on the outside cared about everybody. She wanted everyone to succeed, and she had a boatload of kids, and she loved every single one of them as individuals, and she wanted them all to succeed in the way that they needed to. And I will say this, they succeeded in spite of her
huh?
because she couldn't handle when they expressed their own personality.
Yeah.
She didn't know what to do with that.
Mm,
She had not built her own personality in her own mind to be strong enough to withstand being around somebody else that had their own personality. So she would cave every time. If
interesting. Okay.
if someone said, we're gonna have steak tacos for dinner tonight, and she doesn't like steak tacos, okay, I guess we're having steak tacos. She would, and that was just who she was. But when she would just be around people that didn't really care one way or another, she blossomed. She would come out and suddenly you would just hear her singing, or she'd be, off doing something else and she would create something so incredible.
Hmm.
You're like, where did this come from? What? How did
Yeah.
this happen? Well, I was alone. But you can't do that in front of other people? No, I don't think other people want me to, because you've surrounded yourself with people that don't want you to succeed. That you've
Yep.
surrounded yourself with people that don't care about who you are. No thanks. I'm done with that. I don't want to I don't want
Yeah, I run into that all the time. I meet people and they're trying to be what they want to be, who they are, but they find that who they are and the people that they surround themselves with don't necessarily match. So
um
then they feel like they have to go small. within themselves,
Yes.
and they shrink like a
Yes.
violet, and let everyone else around them be the loud ones while they shrink and hide, because if I share this, then it'll make you angry and you upset. And so I have to like pretend to be something I'm not, just to get along with everyone else around me. And then eventually that you get tired of that.
I
And then,
I did that. I was in
yeah,
a relationship where I could not be me. I could
yeah,
only be what they saw that they wanted. And
yeah.
then I was, of course, done with that. And I'm so sorry. I can't. I just can't do it anymore. Um, but to be in such a place where you can't express yourself in any way, shape, or form because you might offend somebody is
Yes.
ridiculous, first of all. If people would stop and think just for a second about what it is that is really offensive, that not half of this would
No, that's all
half of
garbage.
this nonsense online and in grocery stores, people screaming because she offended me. Not yet, I
I'm
have, but
triggered.
I will.
I'm triggered.
Yeah, like they're just if they're not having some sort of a crisis, they don't know what to do.
Yeah. So they
So they
invent them.
create these, yeah, they invent them.
I mean,
They
that's part of
create
the
these
link. That's
crises.
part of the links of causation is that you'll go out and seek trouble to get trouble because you need that to survive. You think you do. So you create it. And then you go, I wonder why everywhere I go, people start fights with me. No,
What
that's what
kind
you're
of
attracting.
right? What kind of energy is that?
Yeah.
Like that cannot feel good. I know from experience it does not.
Yeah. I've had those days too.
Right? Like everybody just wants to mess with me. Why? I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Well,
Just showed up.
yeah, I did.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was yeah,
Starts,
it was me,
starts,
it was all me.
and it starts in the mind. That's where it lives.
If we control our minds, if we tame our minds and we control our thoughts, our speech, and our action, we can't be triggered.
No.
Banku cannot be triggered. Why? Because there's nothing to trigger.
Yeah.
He,
So when people insult him online, he just goes like a duck's back, water off a duck's back. Okay, whatever.
yes.
The
Also
rest of us
because
are
he
like,
knows that his retinue is going to come
yeah,
in
yeah, well,
and just eat their face.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. He's got a big retinue.
and you're absolutely right. I could have said a lot of nasty things, and
You
I
did not.
sat on it for a minute because I didn't want to. I really, I really want to work on that. I really want to work on being less harsh. I don't want people to think that I'm a bully or that I'm, that I'm constantly mean about things. I have,
You made huge progress
thank you.
because
I still
you
call
didn't do
people
that.
dumbass. I
You did,
will.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
if that is what's needed and that's in the moment, I absolutely will.
Mhm.
But I don't necessarily think that that is the only way to do it.
There's a time and a place for it.
Yeah, and
I
I
mean, you've called me a dumbass, and I'm not offended because I was being a dumbass. And I've asked you to do that, and you do. So it's like they work.
I
Sometimes you need to be called a dumbass so you can see what the hell you're doing.
and I expect people to show me the same courtesy.
Yeah.
If I'm doing something that upsets them, please say something to me. Don't
Hmm.
go behind my back and say it to everybody else and then make a big issue about it. Come to
Hmm.
me and say, can we just have a conversation without you calling me a dumbass this time? Sure. I'm still going
Yeah.
to point out,
Uh,
what it is that needs to be addressed. Because why did you come to me in the first place? But if we're just having a conversation about, puff pastry and cheese, okay,
right.
there's
No
cool.
reason to, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But if we're talking about habits and
Habits and life, changing life and fixing your life and doing better, yeah, that kind of stuff.
absolutely, like I recognize things just based on my cosmological animals.
Hmm.
I recognize things uh in real time, like
Yeah.
if you did this instead of this, you would be more successful here and it would be easier. But if you continue this path that is harder and negligible, where you're not being aware and you will get hurt, then that's on you. And that I expect people to say those things to me. If they see that I am struggling and hey, if you did it this way, it might be easier. If I can't see that way, I will still struggle. Like that's just me. Okay, cool.
Yeah. We were talking about that this morning because we're going to talk about this tomorrow. But um, like me, like I keep calling this podcast Karmic Wolf, but we've done this for years. Like we used to do, I don't know how many episodes we've done, over 100 previously, and it was always Karmic Wolf. I even have a T-shirt that she made. She made us all Karmic Wolf T-shirts. I wear this. It's one of my favorite shirts. But still, I keep wanting to call it Karmic Wolf, and I do it. And I see I'm a detailed oriented person. When there's I'm like I can zoom in there like the best of them and find the detail out, and if something's off, I catch it. But when I'm doing it and I'm calling it Karmic Wolf instead of Karmic Wolf, I don't catch it. I just do it, and I create problems for myself. I'm setting this up and changing this stuff is not always the easiest thing. Like you set up an email and you call it Karmic Wolf. You just don't get to go change the email. You got to set the whole thing up if it's even available and do all this stuff. And then like after you're done, you're like, yeah, I got to go back and track and all this. So I keep causing myself problems. But so I have this blind spot within myself when it comes to this podcast. Right? It's an anchor and it's something that I need to fix. And we're going to discuss this tomorrow privately. But I'll bring it up because what we're talking about is even I'm having these blind issues with this word, and
It's
and it's driving me
uncomfortable.
nuts. It's driving me nuts because this is a detail that I should spot like immediately, and I didn't even catch it. Like you're always like you're always catching it for me, and I'm like, man, how
And
many times do I have to fall for this?
what's funny is it's because I want to make sure that I'm on the right podcast, that I have joined the right meeting, that I didn't put some random number in there. And now I'm talking to Julie from Baltimore, who's like, welcome to Peace and Pot, like, oh
Yeah,
God. It's,
but
I
apparently I have a problem with the word wolf.
don't know.
I'm like, okay, well, there's something I need to investigate. And we're going to do that tomorrow, and I'm sure that'll be fun. And she'll call me a dumbass, and I'll be fine because that's just the way we deal. And I'm not offended, nor am I triggered because I asked her to do it, and she does it, and she helps me. So win.
um, Sometimes, so recognizing these things in our habits, right? Like, um, one of the things that we do when we do TA is we it's a drawing
Yes, throwing exercise.
exercise,
Yes,
and we look for the things that we've seen, and then we look for the things that we've
you
missed.
did. Yes,
This is just part of that. Like,
yeah,
there's no, you're not being a dumbass for missing
for
something,
missing something. Yeah,
right?
it's just blind. It's a blind spot, and that I have in my own structure.
We
Yeah,
become ignorant, or sorry, that's not the right word. We become stupid when we choose to stay ignorant.
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
If there's a blind spot and it's pointed out that we missed something, and then we're like, nope, I didn't miss anything, there's nothing wrong with it, that's stupidity, right? So, and sometimes that just happens. Like,
Yeah,
I'm talking to Banku, and it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't know why, but I was still awake at 4 o'clock this morning, and uh, Banku comes to bed very late. So uh, Max has been going to bed very late, like very late. I don't know why, for whatever reason. Okay, fine. But I was still awake, and there was a car outside, and it looked like the person was getting in and out of their car. And I'm like, what's going on? a lot of lights on top of the car, and not bubblegum lights, not red and blue or anything, but a row of lights. And I, like, wide awake, like, what's going on out there? Normally, I don't care. But before that, before I was laying in bed, before I was looking outside, Banku and I were having a conversation, and it was still rumbling around in there, you know? Sometimes when he talks, he uh, will talk about things in a succession that he sees because he's visual.
Mhm.
And I'm like, all right, let's circle back to the beginning because this is an open loop for me. We didn't end this part here. Well, what about it didn't you understand? No, 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 no. It's not that I didn't understand. It's that there's a gap. We didn't discuss this thing in the middle. Oh, oh, okay. And then we talk about that. It's, and then we move on. But all of we were talking about space. So it is a very, very, very big topic. It's not like you
That's
can
huge.
just,
Yes.
right? You can't just have a conversation about space in a half hour and know everything. So we were talking about things that we need to investigate and what that looks like and what kind of tools we need and where we can do that. And the bottom line is we need a space. We need
On
a
this planet,
space.
off this planet, anywhere in between, we need a space. And we need a space so we can build things that help people. Because you
Yeah.
can't build things if you don't have the space to build things in or
Yep.
on. So we need, first of all, we need space. And if anyone knows of any space, let us know because we need the space so that we can build all of the technologies that we know how to build to help the people and save the world. And if you want to be a part of that, we would certainly welcome that because we need help and we want participation. And then
And
we could do all the things to help benefit anyone, and you'll be a part of it.
you can
You'll have
find me on
access to it.
Facebook. I'm Starbuck Jones. My picture is the Grim Reaper riding a unicorn. Look
Yes.
me up.
And I'm Jason Lancaster, and I don't have that. I just have this sorry looking mug here on mine. So just find sorry looking mug, and there I am. You can contact me,
There,
or
there
we have
we
an
go.
email.
There's
We do
us.
have an email, but it's I screwed that up too. And I'm going to fix it though because apparently I learned that I made this error, and then immediately on the news, I'm seeing that Gmail is going to allow you to change your email in the next coming weeks. It's only available now in one country, uh, but they're going to bring it out so everyone could do that. And so I could change it back and fix the thing. So um,
Oh my
I'm going to
gosh.
use that
Okay.
email. You'll find the email around this wherever I post this. You'll see it around there, and then you can contact us.
Fantastic.
I mean, it looks like our hour is up anyway. So um, if you would like to be a part of this show, be a guest, or have anything to contribute, or you want to ask questions, you have ideas, you have thoughts about anything that has to do with saving the world, or you have bond questions, Tibetan Bon questions. What is that? How can I be a part of it? If we know how to get your questions answered. We can't answer them, but we can give you Ku. He can answer them. That's really what you want anyway. Um, so we have, if you just want to chat, we can chat. I mean, if you want to have a conversation, a discussion, we do that too. So this podcast is basically us just going off the fly, talking about all the things, and the focus is always saving the world. That's what we're trying to do.
Absolutely.
We do have a project where we're going to space and we're trying to make that happen. And we need help to make that happen too, because, two, three people can't make that happen. It takes a collective to make that happen. But we do know how to do it. And we're working on various ways of doing it with advanced technologies and all of the stuff. So this isn't just pie in the sky. Oh yeah, we're going to space, and oh yeah, right. No, we actually know how to do this, but we need the supplies, we need the resources, we need the space to build
And we
something
need
to go to space.
people that want to work together. So
Yes,
whether you're down here, whether you're up there, it doesn't matter. People need to work together. They need to have a common goal. And taming your own mind is a pretty good goal. But
Yeah, I mean, we were talking the other day. We were having conversations about this, and we were talking about the met. Like, if you were going to build a ship, you'd want to use ceramics, and then we were talking about using methane as a way to block out the radiation from the galactic center, the galactic radiation, because that's mostly helium and nitrogen. And so we're having discussions on how you would go about doing this, because the actual space out there in space is not like what people think it is, because we're not taught correctly.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, there's
absolutely.
questions about that, and we're discussing how to best do this. So
And
this isn't just something we're pulling out of the sky. It's like, yeah, we're going to go to space. No, we're going to go to space. We want you to help. So help,
absolutely,
please.
we want you to
Yeah.
go. If you
Go.
want to
Yeah.
go,
Come with
let's
us.
go.
We don't want to go to space by ourselves.
Right?
Nor can we. It's, you need people. We need people.
Yeah. Um, the idea of being the only person that understands any of this, the only
Mm-hmm.
person that understands how to grow food or how to tame your own mind or how to make a spaceship. It's pretty boring. There's nobody that you can talk to. There's nobody that's around. You know, you get excited about something that you learned, you turn to your left and there's nobody there. Well, that's not very fun.
No.
There's no excitement there. So why would you want to continue? But if you've got people around you that are excited about what it is that you're excited about, you will want to grow together and you can build something.
Yeah.
Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah. So if you have ideas, you have thoughts, you have whatever, contact us. You want to be on the show? Well, we love to have people on the show. We want to have people on the show. I mean, we're not just doing this for us. We're doing this for you. We're doing this for everyone, and we're doing it for us. So we want you to be on the show. We want you to be a part of this. So please ask the questions, contact us, let us know, and we'll take it from there.
Excellent. Excellent.
And that's a good time to sign off. So everyone have a good week, and we will talk to you next week with our third episode.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank
See you
you.
soon.